There comes a moment in every person's life, a moment where pressure arrives without warning. Your heart races, your thoughts become loud, your emotions begin fighting for control. And in that exact moment, most people break. Some panic, some quit. Some react emotionally and destroy opportunities they spent years building. But then there are a few people, the rare ones, the people who remain calm while everyone else is losing control. The people who can walk through chaos without letting chaos enter their mind. Have you ever wondered why? Why do some people collapse under pressure while others become stronger because of it? Why can some people stay focused during failure, criticism, heartbreak, stress, rejection, and uncertainty? The answer is not talent, it is not luck, and it is not genetics. It is mastery. The mastery of emotional control, the mastery of perspective, the mastery of remaining calm under pressure. And tonight, we are going to master it together. Because once you learn how to stay calm under pressure, people stop controlling your emotions, fear stops controlling your decisions, and life itself begins to feel different. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel and stay connected for more powerful stories and life-changing motivation designed to help you become mentally stronger every single day. Now, close distractions. Take a deep breath and listen carefully, because this lesson may change the way you face life forever. Why most people panic under pressure? Not comfort, not success, not easy situations. Pressure. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy. Anyone can smile when things are going well. Anyone can act strong when there is no challenge. But pressure removes masks. Pressure exposes emotional weakness. And most people panic because they never train their mind for difficult moments. They train for comfort. They became addicted to easy entertainment, easy validation, easy pleasure, easy distractions. So when real pressure arrives, their mind immediately loses balance. A single criticism ruins their mood. A delay creates anxiety. A rejection destroys confidence. A difficult conversation creates fear. But calm people understand something important. Pressure itself is not the enemy. The inability to control your reaction is the enemy. Think about a storm. A storm can destroy weak trees, but strong trees survive because their roots are deep. The same is true for people. Pressure does not create weakness. Pressure reveals it. And if you want to become emotionally powerful, you must stop avoiding pressure. You must train yourself to become comfortable inside uncomfortable situations. That is where mental strength is born. The first rule of calm people: they control their emotions before their emotions control them. Most people react instantly. Someone insults them, they explode. Someone ignores them, they overthink. Something goes wrong, they panic. But emotionally strong people pause before reacting. And that pause changes everything. Because emotions are temporary, but decisions made during emotional moments can create permanent consequences. One angry message can destroy relationships. One emotional decision can ruin years of progress. One moment of panic can change your future. This is why calm people never allow emotions to become the leader. They feel emotions, but they do not obey every emotion. Think about legendary basketball player, athlete, Michael Jordan, basketball player. Throughout his career, he faced enormous pressure. Millions of people watched every game. Every missed shot became national discussion. Every failure became headlines. But one thing separated him from average players. He stayed mentally focused during pressure. When others became emotional, distracted, or fearful, he became sharper. Pressure did not scare him. Pressure activated him. That mindset is powerful. The strongest people do not wait for pressure to disappear. They learn how to function inside pressure, and you can learn that too. The next time life becomes stressful, pause before reacting. Breathe, observe, think. Because calmness is not weakness. Calmness is control. Why silence is power. One of the biggest signs of emotional maturity is silence. Weak people react to everything. Strong people choose carefully what deserves their energy. Not every opinion deserves a response. Not every insult deserves attention. Not every battle deserves your participation. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is remain calm and silent. History has shown this many times. Think about entity people. Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa. He spent decades imprisoned. Most people would become consumed by anger and revenge. But when he finally gained freedom, he chose discipline over hatred. That level of emotional control changed history. Because true strength is not screaming loudly. True strength is controlling yourself when emotions want to control you. Many people destroy their peace trying to win arguments, trying to prove themselves, trying to respond to every criticism. But calm people understand a deep truth. You do not need everyone to understand you. You do not need everyone to approve of you. And you certainly do not need to fight every battle. Sometimes silence protects your energy. Sometimes silence protects your future. The strongest minds know when to speak and when to walk away. The power of perspective pressure becomes dangerous when you believe the moment will destroy you forever. But most stressful moments are temporary. The problem is that emotions make temporary problems feel permanent. A failure feels like the end. A rejection feels unbearable. A mistake feels catastrophic. But years later, many of those moments become lessons. Perspective changes emotional intensity. Think about known celebrity, Oprah Winfrey, media personality. She experienced rejection early in her career. She faced criticism. She faced obstacles that could have convinced her to quit. But instead of allowing those moments to define her, she used them as fuel. Emotionally strong people do not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "What is this teaching me?" That question changes everything, because every difficult moment contains a lesson. Pressure can teach patience. Failure can teach discipline. Loneliness can teach self-reliance. Rejection can teach resilience. Your perspective decides whether pain becomes destruction or transformation. Why modern life destroys inner peace. Most people today are mentally exhausted, not because life is impossible, but because their mind never rests. Constant notifications, constant comparison, constant noise, constant stimulation. People wake up and immediately consume chaos. Social media, arguments, fear, drama, validation. And then they wonder why they feel anxious all the time. A distracted mind cannot remain calm under pressure, because calmness requires mental space. You cannot hear your own thoughts when the world is screaming into your attention every second. This is why emotionally strong people protect their mind carefully. They become intentional about what they consume. They understand that energy is valuable. Not everything deserves access to your peace. Think about highly successful people across business, sports, and leadership. Many of them spend time alone, thinking, reflecting, disconnecting from noise. Because clarity is impossible without silence. If you want more peace, reduce unnecessary noise. Protect your attention, protect your energy, protect your focus. The calmer your environment becomes, the calmer your mind becomes. The Stoic principle that changes everything. There is an ancient idea that has helped powerful minds for centuries. Focus only on what you can control. Most suffering comes from trying to control things outside your power. People try to control opinions, outcomes, the future, other people's behavior. But calm people understand something. You cannot control everything. You cannot control whether people like you. You cannot control unexpected problems. You cannot control every outcome. But you can control your response, and that changes your entire life. Think about athlete Kobe Bryant, basketball player. He became legendary not only because of talent, but because of mentality. He focused intensely on preparation, discipline, practice, effort. He could not control every game result, but he controlled how seriously he prepared. That mindset removes unnecessary anxiety. When you focus on effort instead of fear, you become calmer. When you focus on preparation instead of panic, you become stronger. The next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself one question. What is actually within my control right now? Focus there. Ignore the rest. That single habit can protect your peace more than almost anything else. Failure does not mean you are finished. One reason people panic under pressure is because they fear failure. They believe failure defines them. But every successful person you admire has failed. Every single one. Think about known celebrity, Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple. He was removed from the company he helped create. Imagine that. Years of work, years of sacrifice, and suddenly, you are out. Most people would collapse emotionally. Most people would become bitter. Most people would quit. But he rebuilt and eventually returned stronger. Pressure can either destroy you or develop you. The decision depends on your mindset. Failure is not proof that you are weak. Sometimes failure is training. Sometimes failure is redirection. Sometimes failure is preparation. The strongest people in history were not people who never struggled. They were people who refused to stay down. Remember this carefully. You do not become mentally strong by avoiding hard moments. You become mentally strong by surviving them. How to train yourself to stay calm. Mental calmness is a skill, and like every skill, it can be trained. Here are habits that emotionally strong people practice consistently. Number 1, pause before reacting. When emotions rise, do not respond immediately. Give yourself space. Even a few seconds can prevent major mistakes. Number 2, control your breathing. Your breathing affects your nervous system. Fast breathing increases panic. Slow breathing increases calmness. During stressful moments, slow down your breathing intentionally. Number 3, prepare more than average people. Preparation creates confidence. Students panic during exams because they avoided preparation. Athletes panic because they ignored training. People panic during opportunities because they were never ready. Confidence grows from preparation. Number 4, spend time alone, not loneliness. Reflection. Learn to sit with your own thoughts. A person who cannot sit quietly alone often becomes emotionally dependent on constant distraction. Number 5, stop needing validation. The moment your peace depends on other people's approval, you lose emotional freedom. Strong people appreciate support, but they do not emotionally collapse without it. Number 6, strengthen your body. Physical discipline affects mental discipline. Exercise teaches discomfort, consistency, patience, control. A strong body often supports a stronger mind. Number 7, accept uncertainty. Life will never become completely predictable. Unexpected situations will always exist. Peace comes from learning how to remain stable, even when life feels unstable. The difference between weak minds and strong minds. Weak minds seek comfort constantly. Strong minds seek growth. Weak minds avoid difficulty. Strong minds understand difficulty creates strength. Weak minds react emotionally. Strong minds respond strategically. Weak minds blame everyone. Strong minds take responsibility. And responsibility is powerful because the moment you stop blaming everything around you, you regain control over your life. Think about elite military training. Why do soldiers train under intense pressure? Because training the body is not enough. The mind must learn stability inside stress. That is how resilience is built. Your daily habits are either training emotional weakness or emotional strength. Every difficult moment is practice. Every stressful situation is an opportunity to improve emotional control. And slowly, if you continue training yourself, you become someone pressure cannot easily break. When life feels too heavy, sometimes pressure becomes overwhelming. Sometimes life hits all at once. Stress, fear, confusion, disappointment, loss. And during those moments, you may feel emotionally exhausted. That does not make you weak. Being calm under pressure does not mean pretending emotions do not exist. It means refusing to let emotions completely control your life. Even strong people struggle. The difference is that they keep moving forward. One step, one day, one decision at a time. Remember this, you do not need to solve your entire life overnight. You only need to remain steady long enough to continue. Storms do not last forever. Pain changes. Situations change. People change. Life changes. And many moments that once felt impossible become memories you survived. Never underestimate your ability to recover. Humans are stronger than they realize. Become unbreakable. At the end of the day, life will always contain pressure. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be critics. There will always be setbacks. There will always be difficult moments. But your power comes from learning this truth. You do not have to become emotionally controlled by every situation. You can learn calmness. You can learn discipline. You can learn emotional strength. And once you master that, you become dangerous in the best possible way. Because calm people think clearly. Calm people make better decisions. Calm people survive situations that destroy emotional minds. The world respects people who remain stable during chaos, and that stability begins internally. So the next time life tests you, remember this message. Pause, breathe, think clearly, remain grounded. Because pressure is not your enemy. Uncontrolled emotion is. And every time you choose calmness over panic, you become stronger. Every difficult situation is training. Every challenge is preparation. Every obstacle is an opportunity to develop emotional mastery. One day, people will wonder how you remain calm while everything around you is falling apart. And the answer will be simple. You trained your mind, you mastered yourself. If this message helped you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay connected for more motivational stories and powerful lessons designed to help you become mentally stronger and more focused every day. And remember this before you leave. The strongest person in the room is not always the loudest. Sometimes, the strongest person is simply the calmest.